I'm going to give you a case study that 75% of my successful clients fail. Most of you will fail this case study. When I say fail, they fail themselves. They say what I would do is exactly the opposite of what I know I should do. Are you ready? You want to go to dinner at restaurant X. Your husband, wife, partner, or significant other wants to go to dinner at restaurant Y. You have a heated argument. You go to restaurant Y. This was not your choice. The food tastes awful. Service is terrible. Option A, critique the food. Point out our partner was wrong. This mistake could have been avoided if only they listened to me, 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 me. Option B, shut up. Eat the stupid food. Try to enjoy it and have a nice day. What would I do? What should I do? 75% of my clients, what would I do? Critique the food. What should I do? Shut up. How many people in the room have ever critiqued the food before? Yes, many food critiquers, yes. And was this a smart thing or a stupid thing? Stupid, yes. How stupid was this? Very stupid. Now, as stupid as that was, and that was very stupid, I'm going to give you an example now that is so stupid and make that one pale by comparison. And half the people in the room have done this. Are you ready? You have a hard day at work, a hard day. You come home and your husband, wife, or partner is there, and the other person says, I had such a hard day today. I had such a tough day. And we reply, you had a hard day. You had a hard day. Do you have any idea what I had to put up with today? Do you think you had a hard day? We are so competitive, we have to prove we're more miserable than the person who lives with us. I gave this example in one class. A guy in the back raised his hand. He said, I did that last week. I said, what happened? He said, my wife looks at me. She says, honey, you just think you've had a hard day. It's not over. Smart, enthusiastic, I report to you. I share an idea. You think it's a great idea. You did already know it. Next time you know what you're going to say, just say great idea. We really don't have to prove that we know more than everyone around us. What is the most common phrase uttered by smart people when people tell us something we already know? No, I agree with you. No, I agree with you. Why would we say, no, I agree with you, as opposed to, yes, I agree with you? You know what we're really saying is, no, Nate. You see, I agree with you. And of course, I understand what you're saying right now. You're confusing me with someone who needs to hear you. Very hard not to do this. And in fact, any animal will replicate behavior that is followed by positive reinforcement. By definition, who gets more positive reinforcement? Unsuccessful people or successful people? The more successful we are, the more positive reinforcement we get, and the more we fall into the superstition trap. What is the superstition trap? A favorite among the executives I coach, it sounds like this. I behave this way. I am successful. Therefore, I must be successful because I behave this way. Wrong. Everyone in the room behaves the way you behave. Everyone in the room is very successful. You're all successful because of many reasons and in spite of a few others. I've never met anyone who had nothing on the in spite of list. And by the way, this isn't just true at work. This is true at home. Does that person at home love you on occasion? Yes or no? Yes. Does this person love you because of some good reasons? Yes. How about the 26 years of partner correcting behavior? Would that be on the because of list or perhaps the in spite of category? Well, let me give you a guess. That one's over on the in spite of list. And we've all got something on the in spite of list. And you know what I teach everybody I coach now? Pick one thing. Feed forward instead of feedback. Now this is going to be a great developmental tool. And here's the rules. Rule number one, no feedback about the past. No feedback about the past. We spend too much time talking about the past. One thing they teach race car drivers, look at the road ahead, don't stare at the wall. Rule two, and this is going to be very hard for the people in this room, very hard for smart people. People are going to be giving you ideas. You cannot judge or critique ideas in any way. When people give you ideas, you cannot say good idea. You cannot say bad idea. You cannot say I already knew that. You cannot say I already thought of that. Whatever people tell you this exercise, you must just shut up, stand there, take notes, and the only two words you can say are thank you. Thank you. Now, how does this work? I'm going to come to you and say, I want to get better at topic X. Give me a couple of ideas. You give me a couple of ideas, what do I say? Thank you. Keep track of how many people you talk to. Players, to your marks. Get set. Whoever talks to most people wins. Goes. Go. What do you want to get better at?
I want to stand up for what I believe.
Okay, here's what you're going to do. Just shout out the first word that comes into your mind when I go like this. Okay, is everybody ready? This little exercise was fun. What's the most common word you just heard? Fun. What's the last word you think to describe any feedback activity? Fun. Has anyone ever called you on the phone and said, I have some feedback I'd like to share with you? And you said, fun, fun, fun. Fun is the last word that comes into your mind. Yet, I've done this exercise with tens of thousands of people. 95% of the people define this to be fun. Not painful, awkward, or embarrassing. Fun. You're now going to learn why, and this is also going to help you be a better coach. Why do 95% of people define this to be fun? Give me one reason.
When you get good ideas with minus the judgment.
Key point. Successful people love getting ideas aimed at helping us achieve our goals. You get good ideas. We like to help people who want to be helped. It's fun to help people. Let me give you a qualifier when asked. If you ask me, Marshall, I want to be a better listener, it's fun to help you. It's not so much fun if she doesn't ask. Well, one thing that's fun is you're dealing with willing people who have asked. And did any of you near the end of the exercise begin to hear a small voice? A little voice speaking in the back of your head. A little voice going, excuse me, excuse me. You know those ideas you're giving those other people? Why don't you do any of those things yourself? Many of you heard the little voice. Well, I don't have to be better than you to help you. I'm better off not being better than you. I'm better off being a fellow human, stumbling through life without clear answers to the following questions, unless these are provided, of course, at the University of Michigan. I didn't go here, so I may have missed these three questions. The answers to the following simple questions: who am I? Where are we? And what is going on here? Clients is a man in your industry named J.P. Garnier. I don't know if any of you know who he is. He's CEO of a company called GlaxoSmithKline, very large drug company. And J.P., he's a good guy. And I asked him, what do you learn about leadership since you've been a CEO? He said, I've learned one hard lesson. My suggestions are orders. My suggestions are orders. And he said, I don't care what the company tells you and what they preach. When you're the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, your suggestions are orders. Like it or not, suggestions, orders. I said, what'd you learn about me when I was your coach? And he, what'd you learn about leadership since you've been CEO? Well, he said, I've learned my suggestions or orders, and you taught me one lesson to help me be a better CEO and have a better life. I said, great, what was it? I'll share it with everybody else. I said, before I speak, stop, breathe, and ask myself one question. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And he said, half the time as a CEO of this company, when I have the discipline to stop and breathe and ask myself that question, 50% of the time, you know what I decide? Am I right? Maybe. Is it worth it? Is not worth it.